Hello again and welcome to a new video. This is our 2018 BMW 340i M Sport Shadow Edition. This car has the Auto ZF gearbox with 8-speed and paddle shift. The car's covered just 24,684 miles with full service history. We're going to take you around the car, point out some of the spec on the car. There's a few cosmetic changes on the car as well, and just show you basically the paintwork and the beautiful finish that we've got on the car since we've machine polished it and brought it up to the level that we like to present the cars in the showroom here at Prestige Diesels and Sports. So I'm just going to bring you in and show you the bonnet to start with. So the car's finished in Alpine White. Now this top edge along here, just in front of the bonnet, is a very common area to get chips and marks, and there's nothing nasty. There's just like a couple of dots, but they're not really even chips. And if we come up onto the bonnet, just having a good look round off the camera so I can get a better look, and it's absolutely gleaming, but the paintwork's beautiful. Let me just bring it in closer. Obviously we get a lot of reflection. It looks darker because of the reflection of the roof, but you can just see how crystal clear that finish is. Now if we come down to the front of the car and look at the bumper as well, there's no peppering on the bumper. The headlights are all in really nice condition. They're not peppered either. A couple of tiny little bits. The Shadow Edition gets the dark insert on the headlamp. At the bottom, there's a band in black. It's usually in silver on a standard car. We've got front and rear parking sensors and fog lights, front and rear. And then there's additionally, previous owners put some covers on the bottom here, finished in like a matte black. And we've got a matte black decal down the side there as well. And then we've got the black gloss BMW M Performance grills in the front as well. Let's just bring you around the front. I'm just going to come down low here and try and get that in focus. There's no marks along here, really nice and clean. Let me just move around a bit more. And you can just see how lovely the condition is of the car. And if we look down the side of the car, we can see it's got a nice clear reflection. Just bring it in a little bit. And there are no ripples, no ding dents. I know it's a little bit harder to see on the camera, but let me just see if I can zoom in. There we go. All of the panels in really nice condition, all the way down the side. Now, I'll come up onto the windscreen. We've got high beam assist on this car as well. So there's a little camera. I don't know if you can see that just in front, of the rear view mirror. That camera picks up the headlights of the cars coming the other way and will automatically dip the main beam for you. So really handy on country roads, etc. We've got we've got heads-up display as well, which we'll show you a bit more when we go inside the car. Now the side badges have been changed for black ones. We've got a black M badge on the side, and then the wing mirror covers have also been changed. And I'm not too sure. I don't think they're a carbon fibre, but they're a carbon fibre sort of design. It's always quite difficult sometimes, but in lovely condition, but they definitely look the part. And then the roof has had a wrap in carbon fibre to match. And then we've got the electric sunroof, which is very unusual. You don't get too many sunroofs on the cars nowadays. And then the fin has also been wrapped. For the sat nav, we've got sun protection glass, of course, at the back on the Shadow Edition. And if we come to the boot lid, We've got, now I think this is carbon fibre, but don't quote me too much because I haven't, I'm pretty sure it is, but it's not a BMW one, but it really looks nice regardless. And the boot lid is in really nice condition. You can see no scratches or anything. And then the rear lights on the Shadow Edition, can you see just around this area here, they're a lot darker, so they're sort of smoked, hence the name Shadow Edition. Now if we come to the round to the back here, it's got the rear diffuser. Now there are some, if I'm pronouncing this correctly, Akrapovic exhaust tips, but it's not an Akrapovic exhaust. However, it is a two-piece REMUS exhaust, and it was changed by Litchfield, very well-known tuning company, and we have all the receipts for that as well. And it had what they class as a two-stage remap. We did speak to them on the phone. They said the car will be running roughly around about 420, maybe 430. It's not been put on a dyno machine or anything like that. It's not something that we get involved in, but it is running more power than standard, which is about 326. So it sounds incredible. And it has a valve as well. So it's, I think there was an oil change done at the same time, but it was about a £2,000 bill to have that done. So some nice bits on the car. Okay, what we'll do, we'll come round to the other side. Oh, let's just check out these wheels actually. So we've got the 704 19-inch alloys with the M Sport brakes. All in really nice condition. Black centre badges have been put in to match some of the other decals on the car. The rear wheel, again, really nice condition. No damage on there at all, no blistering or anything. And then we may as well come round the back. While it's here, let's try and give you a rear view. It's pretty awesome when you start it up. They've also done a delete on the cold start, so it ticks over really nicely when you start it up. All around the fuel filler cap, there's no scratches there. And the car will run on the E10 fuel, no problem. There's a little badge just there. Let me just come in. Whoa. There you go, just about to make that out. Let's close that up. The rear wheel, again, all in lovely condition. And incidentally, all of the cars here, we have quite a few BMWs. They all go around to the local BMW specialist. They're all plugged in, diagnostically checked for any fault codes or anything like that. And then all the service items are checked. And any work that's done goes into the iDrive and onto the BMW service platform. And then we've got a view from the driver's side. Really, really clean car. I mean, there isn't any scratches, dents, not even, I can't even find a chip to be honest with you. Nothing to speak of anyway. Door edges. In fact, what we'll do now, we'll come round to the other side. Oh, let's just take you up onto the roof actually. Show you this side of the roof. There's no damage on the wrap. So all nice up there. Okay, so let's come round. Now we've also got keyless entry. So you see the little grille part on the top here. If we put our finger on there, it will lock the door. In fact, it's even set to close the mirrors. If you put your hand inside the handle, opens the mirrors, opens the car door. So inside we've got black Dakota leather with the, I'm just trying to think how they word it. It's the highlighted stitching basically. It's not the extended, it's called something else and I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but the door card, all in really nice condition. all the way down. We've got the puddle lights down there. And then we've got the Harman Kardon sound system. About 16 speakers, I think, on the Harman Kardon system. Bigger amplifier, etc. All of these door shuts. Really, really clean. No scuff marks or anything. Just come up. Oh, there we go. All the way around. All the black gloss is in nice condition. There's no wear marks or chips on it. And then we've got electric front seats. There's driver side has got the memory as well. We've got the rocker button just on the side there, which inflates the bolsters on either side to give you more, to sort of make it more snug and hold you into the seat better. We've got the brushed aluminium trim with the black gloss finisher. Pro Media, another extra. Extra speaker up in front of the Pro Nav up on the top there. Heated seats. Got the extended lighting inside. You can see it lit up all the way around the centre there. We've got heated steering wheel. Just see if I can come in on that. Let's have a look. There we go. See the button on the side of the steering there. And then the iDrive wheel, which you can write on the top of. And then I think, let's just check. Yeah, we've got wireless charging as well on this car. Whoops, that's just, so we've got the wireless charger in there. Let's try and get that in focus. There we go. And the USB port as well. So that's coming to the back. Again, the door card on this side. Just having a good look round for you. Yeah, there's no damage on there, no scuffs or anything. All the way down to the bottom. Lovely and clean. We really go the extra mile to present the cars as nice as they can be. I'm just going to take you around the edge. And then the door shuts. This is where potentially seat belts can get trapped and shutting the door, and then you get scratches and things, but it's all lovely and clean. Back of the seats. Let's just try. It's very difficult with the different light in here today in a white car, which wants to brighten everything 1 minute when it's dark and then darken it the next. All of the seat, no scratches or damage. Got the fold down headrests and the one in the centre with the armrest in the centre, Isofix, etc. And then we'll open the boot. All lovely and clean under here as well. And we've also, this is another extra in fact, it's the 60/40 drop down seats in the back, the split folding. Just the handles up at the top here, this side, and another one over on the other side. We've got the extended storage, which gives you additionally a 12-volt socket in there, quite handy. Just bring you along the top of the, let's get out of the way of the light, there we go. The bumper, so another area always to look for damage, and lovely and clean. And you can see by the plastic as well that there's no scratch marks to speak of there. Toolkit, first aid, and then when this net is released, under here as well, we've got some extra storage as well. All the carpets at the top and the warning triangle. Let's take a look in the driver's side rear. So the door card on this side. No damage on the handle, no damage down the edge, all in lovely condition, all lovely and clean under there. And if I bring you around to the, again, the shuts, all in lovely condition. Just bring it round, and then the back of the seats from this side. Got the original mats in there. And then if I can zoom in, all of the vents, no scuffing or nasty marks around there. Just trying to concentrate. Right, okay, now you can see the door handles have all got the underlighting LED door handles there. So open up this one. I'm just going to flip those lights off for a second. So starting with the door card again, this is the one that gets all the use, and I can't see anything on there again. And all down the edge, along the bottom, we've got the folding wing mirrors, as you saw, which have anti-dazzle. And depending which side you leave the rocker button, the near side mirror will auto dip when you put it into reverse. And now you can see we've got 2 memory buttons on the driver's side. And with your electric seats, if you use, if you set your key up on the profiles, it'll remember all of the electric seat positions, the mirror positions, your radio stations. It's very easy to do. You just take one key into the car, put your name on one of the profiles, and that key will remember all of the settings that you've placed in the car. There's your lights, fog lights, a little bit of storage there, which is part of the extended storage pack, auto wipers, and then the steering wheel, all in lovely condition. Before I get in, just see if I can do this one-handed. There we go. I'll just bring it down like that so you can see all around the gear shift. No scratches or anything. We've also, on the leather seats, forgot to mention, so it's got this piping down the side as well, just to add with the contrast. Just breaks it up a little bit. So it's not the standard Dakota leather, it's got, I think it's highlighted stitching or something they call it. But as I say, I can't remember it exactly, so let me just move this seat back. Now, the mileage, I was right, yeah, 24,685. And now we're going to go up onto the top here, and we're going to look at the heads-up display. So I'm just going to zoom in, and you can see the 0 miles per hour there. Now, using the buttons on the right of the steering wheel, we've got a mode button, which when we press that, it'll flick through. In fact, you can just see the DAB channels. Unfortunately, the number plate is obscuring the view. There's always something to contend with. So it'll go from DAB to FM, AM, music collection, which is the 80 gig hard drive the car has. You can download music into the car. And we've also got the telephone button on the steering wheel at the bottom. So it'll also display your last dialed telephone numbers. You can also see the sat-nav directions up on here as well. So a really nice feature. I'll just show you the buttons that are on the steering wheel here. So there's your mode button. You've got the plus and minus for the volume. The rocker button in the center here, which you can use up and down and then press to select. And then we've got voice control, so you can use that to also talk to the car and ask it for a radio station, etc. Now we've got speed limiter on the left here and cruise control. So let's just bring this back out. We press the limiter button. One, you'll see the little green logo here. Using the rocker button, we can increase that speed. You'll see the speed in the center and that little green light moving around the outside there up to say 50 miles an hour. And when you set that, that will stop the car from driving over that speed limit. There is a safety feature built in. You can power through it if you put your foot down hard on the accelerator for, you know, emergency situations, etc. Come off of there, press the bottom button on the steering, which gives you your cruise control. Again, you'll see a little light come up down here on that side. And then once we're moving, we can set the cruise control. Now they have brake feature, or brake function I think it's called, and what that means is it's not adaptive cruise on this one, but if you're coming down a hill it will use the brakes to enable the car to restrict its speed, to hold it at the speed that you set. So really nice features. And also down here we also see the drive modes as well, which we'll come back to in a minute. We've got the heated steering wheel down here that we saw earlier. Start stop up on the top. We've got all the ambient extended lighting around the outside there. You can change that to white. It's called sport in the light settings. We've got another USB port down here, because there's one in the center armrest here, which is where you've got the wireless charging for your telephone. And then we've got cup holders, 12 volt. It's non-smoker. There is another 12 volt socket up under here, so if you've got a laptop that you want to charge as well as your phone, you can do that. We've also got the heated seats, of course, 3-stage heating, dual climate control. All the black gloss on there is all lovely and shiny, and there's not really any scratches or anything like that. Now, coming up onto the professional media here, this is all touchscreen on the Shadow Edition, the later one, and by pressing the button another time we can get to this part where it shows you all 6 of the tiles, as they're called by most people. We can move them around so you can put them closer over to you, etc. Just leave that there for a second. I'm going to use the iDrive wheel, which has got shortcuts. So you've got options at the back, a back button, then we've got communication for your telephone, media for all of the, obviously, DAB radio, music collection, etc. Map will take you directly to the map, of course, and nav will take you into the where you enter the directions or home or recent journeys, etc. And then the menu button at the front to take you to the full menu. Now the iDrive wheel rotates around here. It's like a joystick. You can write on the top, as it's it's like a writing pad, and press down for enter. So we'll come back up here. I'm going to go straight into map now. Now this is set currently, in fact when you zoom in, look, it changes to this, the conventional style of map. But over on the left here, amongst where we've got all these settings, you've got additional information, and I've got satellite images enabled on there, because the camera, when we take the photographs, doesn't like this screen because there's a lot of reflection off of it. Obviously we've got traffic flow and information as well. Come back over to the left. You can shortcut into here for your enter destination, and you can see on the right side your recent destinations, etc. And traffic information, additional information there. Map views, interactive map. So interactive map incident, let's just go back there for a second. This is where you can push down on the wheel, and then you can, oh, I did that wrong. Push forward. We're on interactive map. If I push it forward, so if you don't know the postcode or anything and you want to get to a destination, you can literally just see it on the map where you want to go. Or say you were going, I don't know, you're looking for beaches on Google Earth or something, and you knew where it was but you didn't know exactly where to go, and then you just press down start route and it's going to take you there. God knows where we're going, but that's where it's going to take us. So let's come out of there. Easy to get out of that. Go to the top where the checkered flag is. Stop route guidance. Nice and simple. Don't know why some of the others are so complicated. Right, map views. Always like to point this out. We've got perspective, we've got in direction of travel, and I've already saved them on these buttons. So if I glide my finger over there, you can put the DAB channels up here, telephone numbers, but I've saved on number 7, I've put direction of travel. Let's see if that's, oh no, have I? I think what I did, I've already done part of this video once, you know, and then for some reason it cut off. So let's just do that again anyway. So we're going to direction of travel. We're going to press number 7. That's saved that window. Map views, perspective, save that on. In direction of travel. Oh yeah, it is there. I'll do it again anyway. Then if I press number 7 now, it changes the window. Press number 8, it's going to take us back. I think I was playing around with the driver profile selection earlier, which moved the seat back while I was trying to video, and unfortunately it cut off, so I've had to start our section again. So we'll come out of there. In fact, let's go into nav, recent destinations, and this is where I was saying about the writing.
On the display when leaving,
making a bit of a hash of this bit, aren't I? Eh? God dear. So let's stop the route guidance. Let's go back in there. Oop. Over eager. Enter new destination. That's where I went wrong. Address input. I mean, just going to put the same address in, to be honest with you. But we can write, like I say, with the finger on the top there. And a space is from left to right.
Space.
There you go. Not many people know that one. So you can write all that into for your destination. We've also got my vehicle. Now this has got all the sub menus down on the right there. So as soon as you enter into it, you're into each one. And you can change the lighting in the car, door keys, etc., tailgate, locking. If we come out of there, iDrive settings, touch displays, all of your units. Now driver profiles, this is what I was showing. So when I hit R, so we're currently using driver profile Prestige, and if I press R, my seat is going to automatically move back. Whoops. And I don't know if you can hear it, but the fan speed has just come up as well, because that was the last setting set. So we're going to go back to Prestige, press OK. I don't know if you heard that, but my seats just moved back into position and the fan speed dropped. All the radio stations have gone back to where they were. And communication, connected drive services, this is where you can subscribe to things through BMW. All your media, as I say, your DAB channels. Now we can also get Apple CarPlay fitted. There is obviously a small cost for it, but this car, I think it's got pretty much everything it needs. And with BMW, you only get this part of the display, and in this bit here, it's just sort of blanked out with Apple CarPlay. But when we have it uploaded into the car, you get the full screen Apple CarPlay, which is a lot nicer, especially for your Google Maps and your Waze and things like that. So if you've got any questions on that, give me a call. And I just wanted to, I don't think we've gone into this is what happens when a video cuts off unexpectedly. You can't remember what you did last time. I'm pretty sure we've done this before, but we're going to do it again for this video. So it's recently had an oil change. Front brake pads got plenty of life, rear brake pads. And if we go to the top, we've got all the invoices for this servicing. Like I say, Litchfield were one of the companies that have done the service, and it's had obviously that oil change there. They're every 2 years or 19,000 miles. Brake fluid, the first one 3 years, and the second, and after that every 2 years. That's basically because when the car is brand new, everything in the fluid, in the pipes, is brand new fluid. And because brake fluid absorbs moisture, which then turns to steam when it gets hot, which is a gas, which makes the pedal soft and spongy. Now, the reason why it's every 2 years after that is when you change the brake fluid, you never get all of it out. You get the majority of it out, but there's always some left. And so, speaking to the mechanics the other day, that was the answer I was given. And another oil change, so we've just done an oil change there, and yeah, that's just been done. So moving on, we have the dual climate control, heated seats, I think we've mentioned that, USB. As I say, it's very hard to remember what we've done, but all the books are in there. We've seen the wireless charger in there. All lovely and clean down here. We've got the 8-speed gearbox with the drive modes here. We've also got, I don't think this one's got brake codes, it's got the rear parking and front parking sensors. We've then got our drive modes. Let's turn that off. Drive modes, Eco Pro, and in here you've got things like coasting, so the car will roll on when you come off the throttle, so it'll coast up to a junction. And you can see the efficiency here, 97%. Take the coasting off, it drops by 10%. So you can play around with this, and if you want a long journey, you can set a speed and it'll tell you how much more efficient it is. And then you've got basically comfort, which is a balance setting as it says, and then you've got sport and there's sport plus after that, but you get all the sport dials in there, etc. So plenty of features inside the car. Right, we're going to have a look under the bonnet now, and I've got Dan who's going to jump in a second so we can give it a little rev. We'll take a look under the bonnet. So the 340s are usually rated around 326 PS, 322 brake horsepower. Our Celtic tuning map goes to about 423 from 326. And the Celtic tuning that's on the car, after speaking to them, as I said before, is running about 420, 430. And I think the reason for that is because he's had the exhaust done as well. The exhaust is from the CAT Back, so it was two pieces, two sections of REMUS exhaust that were changed. So a nice system. The M Performance exhaust is not quite as, I think this is louder, to be honest with you. And twin power turbo, this is a twin scroll turbo. So that basically means that there's two ports, inlet ports into the turbo. 3 cylinders feed one side and 3 the other side. And that gives you a much more responsive much more response, I should say, and very little lag, if any, and better fuel economy and more power, apparently, because I've researched it and I read about it, basically. So that was the conclusion it gave me. But no, it's I think the way that a lot of the turbos are on the performance cars nowadays. So lovely and clean under there. Right, we're going to pop that down. We're going to move round to the back of the car. Now Dan's going to give it a little gentle rev in comfort first. And then he's going to pop it into sport for us. You'll hear a click. Which I think may have already happened. But basically there is a valve on this exhaust. And you can put it in sport, Dan, yeah? Okay, and if you give it a rev now. And one more. Okay, I think you get the gist of it. We are inside and we have got the wall it's echoing off, but a really lovely sound coming off there. So if you've got any questions, please give us a call and I'll be happy to answer them. We've got some great warranty packages and finance packages, and our warranty is unaffected by the remap, because this remap doesn't go any further than the map that we can upload ourselves through Celtic, which has all been approved by our warranty company, so you haven't got to worry about any of that. Thank you for taking the time to watch the video. Look forward to speaking to you. Bye.